Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy JG, chilling over here on King's Court. Look, I am the king behind the crown. Yo, stay locked, man. We gonna turn up, trust me.
To all my people, if you ready to have a Holy Ghost party tonight.
Justin Goss, better known as JG's life was filled with turmoil from the very beginning. Born with many complications to a drug-addicted mother, Justin was given up for adoption the day after he was born. Feeling the sting of rejection, Goss rebelled against all sound biblical teaching his adopted mother instilled in him and turned to a life of violence, drugs, gangs, and burglary. When he was 12 years old, his adoptive mother died, and the feelings of being unloved and abandoned became stronger than ever. The bitterness and the resentment that Goss felt towards God lasted until the day he made a choice and completely gave his life to Christ. Since then, JG hasn't looked back. Justin Goss has an amazing gift to sing and an infectious personality. What more can you say about this crazy, outspoken native of Fairfield, California? When Justin isn't rocking out on stage with his label mates of RPSMG, Justin Goss is a loving husband to his wife and a great father to his 3 children and an urban missionary to the Bay Area streets of California. With the powerful testimony of adversary and the ability to overcome that, his testimony has given them the authority to spread the love of Jesus Christ through music and creativity.
The one who makes all things new.
Hey, what's up? This is King Lady, and you're watching the King's Court, where we get to know the king behind the crown. Our next guest is here in the studio, Justin Goss, formerly known Jesus Geek. What's up, baby?
What's up with you?
Hey, welcome.
Is my drums out? No, I'm good. All right, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna warn you, disclaimer, we finna be rolling.
God bless you, God bless you.
God bless you, go ahead.
God bless you. Just thank God for being here on tonight, and I just appreciate you.
Feeling the
and
socks.
your family. And the family. Sunday's best. God bless you.
Oh, that was Kirk.
It's your brother, your pastor, your friend, your sister. No, man, what's going
Your
on?
baby's daddy's cousin, uncle.
Right, the most awkward names in America. But we just blessing the Lord on tonight and just grateful to be here in Savannah, Georgia.
Amen. So how do you feel about Savannah?
Man,
Coming
it's
here?
dope. It's dope. Like, we definitely were dressed like we were going to Alaska when we touched down. So it was hotter than the party in hell when we got off the plane. And so, but nah, I mean, I love it. Like, I mean, it was just, I mean, of course, I've never been here before, so I'm just super excited to be here. And this definitely just, the experience here just superseded everything that I could have imagined.
Wow.
Like, it was, you guys treat us like royalty here.
Oh,
treat us like, you know, like any artist would love to be treated and beyond. I couldn't imagine having anything, even later on in life when God expands my territory and expands my popularity, whatever you want to call it, and I get big bookings. I could never imagine being treated like y'all treated us this weekend. And I know me and my brother, we appreciate it from like every ounce of our being. We love you guys to death, for real. This is the bar. There's no other, like, you know, this is the bar, and no one would ever be able to cross that because it was with my family, it was with my loved ones, and it was amazing. You know, usually family be like, yeah, that's just, you know, that's just him. That's just JG. He's good, yeah. But you guys just treated us like we were just, I don't know, you treated us how you felt. And it was a reflection on how you guys feel. And that meant everything because it's like, you know, you go to these events and people don't know you. And, you know, they treat you like, oh, yeah, you know. But you guys are like, I know him and I love him and I love them. And I'm going to treat them like I love them. And that meant everything. Of course, we bragged. Everybody was all jealous and wanted to be here. But it was just phenomenal. Everybody was great. Food was great. People were great. Had a great time. And ironed my clothes. Like, I've never had that. Like, who gets their clothes ironed at an event, and it wasn't like I was like, let me utilize this. It was like, no, let me do it. You're not going to do it. Like, we love you. We don't want you to do nothing. We want you to come out here and enjoy yourself. And it was the most worth it trip I've ever had in my life.
Praise God.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make you cry, but I love you.
Honor.
Yeah, I love you.
But we do love you, and everybody loves your music.
Yeah.
Especially here in Savannah. I know
Yeah,
I kind of fought for that.
Right.
I'll be bumping it really hard.
Really hard, because I was like, I don't care. What is going?
They know the words.
Well, know the words then.
Yeah.
It was dope.
I even tried to teach them a little bit how to do the get low.
Right,
Get low.
right.
Get low.
No, it was dope. It was dope because I remember, I don't want to get deep into it, like, because you haven't asked me a question yet, but
it's all right.
I remember,
family,
the first time that I met you guys and how amazing you guys made me feel. You didn't even know who I was. You know what I mean? And I never forget, I was really feeling myself that night. Had this black little, you feel me? Had this black little vest jacket on, you feel me? Had my little know your word hat on. They're like, oh, you performing? I'm like, nah, man, I'm just out here just, I didn't get booked for this booking, but it's okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be all cool with it. And then the DJ, you know what I'm saying, my bro, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know what I'm saying? He was like, they was like, what song? The lady that was hosting it, my homie, she was like, what song y'all want to hear? And he was like, play Let Go My Ego. And I was like, really? Only back then, I mean, the only thing that really plays your music is people that you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm like, I know him. I don't know. I think and maybe we went to Sunday school together in 1865. Like, I don't know where I seen these people at before. I've never met them.
Yeah.
And to see that, and even though I got hated on, he didn't play the song, which was awkward. But we gonna work past that.
Forgiveness. That was like 2 years ago.
Forgiveness is a choice. And I let this go like as soon as I got here. Like I just finally forgave him for his sinfulness and not playing my record. But I feel like evil spirit. I'm just playing. Nah, he's my homie now. He's my homie. Shout out to the DJ that DJ that night. If you don't know who you are, then that's cool. But yeah, like that meant everything to me because it was like almost like solidifying. Even though I knew that God called me to do ministry, it kind of solidified my lane. Because you guys just were like, y'all didn't know me, so that means I'm affecting someone that I don't even know. Mm-hmm. And I thought only my friends. I mean, even though the response on YouTube and stuff was like, this song slap, and the video, and I had a heck of views like the first day. But like, I felt like only people that say was people I know. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. And then when I see people like they hecka tall and dark, and they all over there deep, I don't even know them. I don't know that fool. They're like, bro, I'm like, bro, I don't know him, bro. Like, I don't know them at all. And it was just, like they're freaking looking like the freaking football team in the corner.
Let go, my
looking like this was coming from a stump festival at a black student union.
Yeah, in Cali. Georgia, Savannah was up in Sac.
They looked like they came from
everybody trying not to laugh on set.
Milky, like they look like they just came straight from BT Spring Bling. But
if you hear laughing in the background, it's because it's it's contagious.
No, but like it was the most amazing feeling, and you guys have partaked in my life and given me two of the most incredible feelings. From when I first started, you guys showed me the most love I could even imagine or think of having from anybody. You guys, in an event that I wasn't even performing at, you guys came, then you see me not expectingly, and you didn't even see me yet.
Wow.
You didn't even see me yet, but you were like, play this song. I love it. We are in the area. He's from out here. I know it because you knew it. Mm-hmm. And you like, play this song. Yeah. And I was like, that meant everything. I come out here and you guys treat us like every artist prays to be treated. Like every artist just desires to be treated. Man, I can't say enough. And I'm going to talk about this for ages. And I will never forget, no matter how high God takes me, or no matter if I stop doing that and just do ministry at church, and I never blow up and become an successful artist, which I feel like God's called me to do. But if it doesn't happen, those two moments will always be some of the two greatest moments in my career. And you guys, the Force Radio, you guys are in charge of that. And you guys think that I blessed you. You guys have blessed me so much, more than you know. My family is grateful for it, and I am grateful for it. So,
well, I have to say that Summer Rock, we had this concert, but you were the reason why we had it, because when we came to Sacramento to do Sit Picks, please watch Sit Picks.
Watch that.
Top videos, gospel videos, but we came out there to interview you at your home, and you welcomed us into your home, and you were like, are you going to do Summer Rock? But we were actually starting King's Court, the show.
Yeah.
And the first show, we actually came out there and did with you, and you took us around the hood, which you'll actually see clips of that in this show. But you took us around where you grew up and stuff like that. But it was, when we got in the car to go back, I kept thinking, dang, if I had a TV set, if I wish we had a TV studio that we could actually set up. And we had just got the keys. Well, we decided we were going to get a TV studio, but like, why should we?
Right.
We're just online, you know?
Yeah.
And so, but that interview I had with you, because I hadn't done one. Spec was supposed to be the first one, Spec and V-Rose. But we couldn't hook up with them. And then we were going to do you the next day, but we went ahead and did you or whatever. But that's what I was thinking on the way home. Like, man, if I just had a studio, if I just had a set, you know, I really want to bring, you know, some of these artists in, because there's a life that they have behind just the music, like what inspires the music. So I'm just, you're important to me too. You know, Summer Rock. Why you didn't have Summer Rock? I was like, we didn't have the money, dude. Like, we were struggling.
Like, hey, bro. I was like, whatever you need me to do. Remember I told you, whatever I'm free. It's me by myself, then I'll do it.
Yeah, you was like, you need to do it, man. You need to do it. You can't have these events and then, you know, that you don't have them, you know. And so I came back and told the team that. So we were like, well, we could believe God. He's saying we should go ahead. So you inspired us too.
Praise God.
And you were the first this show. Before we had a set. You know what I mean? And now we're here. We're up in there. You know what I'm saying?
That's tight.
So you are inspiring to us too.
Thank God.
So tell us about your life.
Yeah.
You got a bad wife at the house.
You feel.
We came through last year, and she was actually pregnant.
You feel me? What's up, baby?
Tell her, talk to her.
Hey, when I get back, it's on.
He's so stupid. And then you got how many children? Tell everybody.
3 in this thing. You know what I'm saying? We got married, and we just was like, we gotta have them now. You know what I'm saying? They're my kids, and I'm gonna have them now. You feel?
Bam,
so
bam,
we had
bam.
to knock them out. You know what I'm saying? We got 6, 3. And 8 months now.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's real at the Goss residence. It is an awesome nightmare. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome nightmare, huh?
Awesome nightmare.
Nobody knows what they doing, but you working it out.
We freestyling. I'm
you
telling
like,
you.
scream.
We are.
Y'all probably be like, she's singing upstairs, you singing downstairs.
Dude, we
me. You see downstairs, I work it all out for you. Singing in the ceiling.
We are a great team, and we weren't always a good team though. You know, we have fought, we split up almost, and just so many things we've been through, and she is the greatest life partner. One thing that, even though we've been married for 5 years, like going on 5 years, and like one thing that I learned about my wife is that my wife loves me so much. And my wife thinks I'm so cool. She thinks I'm so funny. She thinks I'm so important. And I think the same. I think my wife is the funniest. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even know what she be talking about, because she be trying to like joke on my level. But it's the cutest, most sexiest thing ever. Because she's like, and babe, what about this one time? I'm like, yeah.
We'd be like,
because she thinks, and it flatters me because my wife wants to be like me.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like my queen wants to be like her king. Like she thinks I'm just awesome. Like, you know, when we're singing worship at our church, the Builder Christian Fellowship, you figure deals me. Yeah, California, you feel me? 207 Marina Drive, if you out there.
Get it, Fairfield.
Plug. But when I'm singing worship, my wife just looks at me like I'm just the most awesome thing she's ever seen. Wow. You know what I mean? And in spite of my insecurities of getting fat now, you know what I'm saying? I got a little chunkier than what the Lord has told me to get. You know what I'm saying? And my wife doesn't treat me any different. Mm-hmm. She still treats me like I'm Jacob from Twilight. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like the sexiest guy in the world. You know Jacob from Twilight. He heck a buff.
Plug.
Anyway, plug.
That's a rap line. It was good. Ask Black Knight.
You feel me? But nah, like, you know, she still treats me like I still, you know, look amazing. I mean, I think I'm still handsome, but like, you know, back in the day, I was about that action, Miss Jackson. You feel me? And but like, my wife loves me, and that's important to me, because you see a lot of these dying relationships, and nobody's trying anymore. No one is just like, it's all lust. It's a blur. It's a complete blur. And we listen to all these artists, and they're like, yeah, it's cool. And we see that all these other artists, they're like, in our relationship, we bring another person in because that's okay, and that's how they keep their marriage spunky. They keep their marriage spunky, and I'm like, my marriage is great because my wife loves me, and even when I hate my wife has a gift of prophecy. If she don't even know it, she just be like, you struggling with this and you doing this. Like,
wow.
First of all, it's true, but don't say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't you say it like that. But I love my wife, and my kids are just hilarious. Like my kids are to the point where I can discipline them, and they know that I love them so much, and so they can get disciplined and go in the room, and they'll come back out, and they just love their dad. Oh. And they just want to sit with their dad and play with my phone. I'm so sick of them playing on my phone. My son has 103 games downloaded on my phone. That is Illuminati. I don't know. That is definitely Illuminati. He's a part of it. I think he's so part of the soul, but he kind of saves still. But, we're working on that. You know what I mean? Like, he's been... No. Like, he's working on his salvation. He's working it out. We've been forcing him to the altar every Sunday, and he's just... Cameraman trying not to laugh. No, we've been pushing him up the front, and he just has a spirit of disobedience, but we're praying for him. In the name of Jesus. And my daughter, my youngest, she don't like me, Yeah. And, I'm really upset about it, you know what I'm saying? And all these, my wife makes excuses for her, okay, for her little evil little grunts and little noises, and then I try to hold her, she's trying to get off me. It's your beard. No, it's not. Okay, it's my anointing. And she can't handle it, and she needs to work on that. So it's just it's something that she needs to work on, and it's not me, it's her. Yeah. And really? I try to talk to her about it, and she try to act like she don't understand me. I say, I don't care if you 8 months. You know what you do trying to hurt my feelings. And so, I show her that, you know what, you're not the only one. I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm telling her, you are not the only one. You're not. In this world, okay? Care how much you modeling. Little girl, you come to me. When you crying, you don't want your mama, you want me. So, I'm just struggling with that, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm just trying to grow.
Maybe it's because you don't have breasts.
No, maybe it's because it's her fault. Okay? Asia, it's your fault.
Let it out.
No more breastfeeding. Okay? I've been trying to get big, so maybe I can get some milk, and you know what I mean? But I don't have none. And so I've been trying to figure out, I've been calling doctors and try to get surgery.
So then what she gonna do when she become, what's she gonna do for real? She become a daddy's girl, because that's what happens.
No, that's my boo. I'm just playing she just breastfed. You know what I mean? So it's just
but when she get older, she gonna be all over
my wife coming. She be like,
yep, breast.
We're trying to get out of my house. We want to punch her. Anyway, I ain't gonna punch her. I mean, I love her, but I'll probably punch her. But later on. But she is acting funny. But the thing is, I love her more my kids, and my kids love each other so much. Yeah. And my prayer is that my kids never ever be jealous of each other, especially starting off, because you start off and it just keeps growing and gets worse and worse. And I didn't have me and Brandon, that's my little brother. Black Knight, that is my little brother to his truest, and we fight every day. You know what I'm saying? First of all, he acts like he's older than me. And he thinks he knows.
He does have an old spirit.
He has an old spirit, all right. I'll owe his spirit. Look, check this out. One thing about him is that
I'm trying. He is.
One thing about him is that he thinks he knows me.
He does.
He don't know a thing. He don't know the first thing about me. You trying to tell me how to sing it? I sing it the way I sing it. Okay?
Sing it right now.
I got a cramp. I'm gonna sing it in a minute. I got a cramp. But listen, like siblings are literally, even though I'm joking, but we fight all the time. And sometimes it gets annoying, and sometimes I don't want it. Oh, bro, you getting on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's gonna happen. But my prayer is always that my family just stays close and there's no drama. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want my son to ever date any of my daughter's friends. You know what I mean? That is just things that are just not gonna happen. Not in my house, unless it's real and everybody is evident to everyone that God is. God would have to be he's meant to be with Samantha, or some whatever the girl's name is. He would have to tell me because I don't want my kids riffing or being mad at each other.
No division.
Of course. He's the only boy, so he's gonna be thugging. you know what I mean, and doing stupid stuff just so you can get attention, because the girls get all the attention. They're so cute, and you know, my kids is mixed, so you know what I'm saying. So they gonna get all that cute long hair attention, and so you know, I pray that you know we give him enough attention so he doesn't have to try to seek it from anyone else.
Yeah.
That he really sees it, because our daughters, they know it. My daughter, she's like, yep, I'm cute, and Justin's just like, you see me dancing? Am I good enough? You know what I'm saying? So I pray that me and my wife are able to instill like so much love in him that he knows what time it is, and he knows, you know. So.
And your wife sings, right? Because she's singing on your album.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Always Asia, you big deal. Yeah, man, she's an
Y'all
awesome
sing
singer.
praise and worship in church together?
Yeah. You know, we're on our worship team at my church, and so like.
So who leads it? Are you the leader?
No. I'm actually not the worship leader at my church. Atira Johnson, my big sister, she's a worship leader. And so we all like sing, you know, because we have like the power worship team at my church.
I'm telling you, because everybody wanted you to sing that at the concert. They were like, "Can you just do praise and worship?"
Right.
No, there people really were saying that.
That's funny.
I was like, man, next year we're gonna have you come out twice.
That would be dope. I would love to do it, because I love leading worship, because I'm a whole nother character. It's not the same, like I'm gonna jump up and down. It's just like you know what I mean. Like it's real to me, and it's, even though you know. It's a difference between being an artist and singing worship. It's completely different. You know what I mean?
Why?
So,
why is it different?
Well, in a lot of ways, because artistry is like my artistry is separate from like a certain type of worship. Because you know, I'm not saying that my artistry isn't worship, but there's a difference between let go of my ego and you know what I'm saying. Spirit lead me to my trust is without borders. It's a big difference, and there's a big different like feel, different lane, and different way I'm gonna act. I'm not gonna be like, Spirit lead me to my trust. Turn up, our boy. It's like, no, we're not turning up. It's time to be serious.
That's
and it's time to be focused on God. And so, so at my church, like we have like everybody that's on our worship team besides my mom. Shout out to you, Kai Butcher. Oh, I love you the best. That's my godmom, by the way. But everybody led worship at their church. Or their own different churches. So like, you know what I mean? I led worship at like heck of different churches. I was church hopping. I used to be a sinner just looking for money. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Atira, who went to school to do worship and went to Bible college. And then you got Jenny, who also went to school for music partially. And she is phenomenal. She was a worship pastor for years. You know what I mean? And then and so then you got the other people there. I don't have to get deep into that. And so, like, we rotate, you know what I'm saying? Now we have the worship pastor, which is Atira. She's super called. She's amazing worship leader. And I go from singing and playing drums, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, at our church, it's like, wherever there's a need, you see it, you feel it.
You go
You know what I mean? We're a body, you know what I'm saying? And if I cut my finger and I start bleeding, trust me, the rest of my finger is going to come to aid it. And that's where the scab comes in. That was really deep. Oh, my goodness. Langston Hughes, deep like rivers. Anyway,
I'm telling you.
But you just believe that the rest of my body is gonna
heal itself.
It's gonna go as hard as it can, and so that's what I try to be for my pops, because my pops is an amazing man of God. He's the greatest pastor in America. Even though I love you and but my dad is just like godly. I've never met a single person in America like him. He is truly my twin brother and my dad at the same time. He is the truth. So
you actually grew up in foster care, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
But yeah, I grew up in foster care. When I was 2 days old, I was given over into foster care, and it was a blessing and a curse. My adopted family is amazing, but there were some unamazing people that I had to deal with within all of that. And everybody, like in their own prospective families, you have this same situation. All your aunties ain't heckin' nice. All your uncles ain't heckin' nice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody isn't just heckin' nice to you just because you're related. And so I dealt with a lot of things that regular people deal with, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, I was called foster boy. And that was one of the worst things.
And you had a moment of God adopted because you took us, you could see it on the screen, but he took us took us where you grew up.
Yeah, like grew up over there, 2821 Makers Boulevard, you feel me? West Side, Waterman Street, you feel me? And I had a rough time just because I felt like I had nobody to identify with, because my mom had me in everything. I was in modeling, I was doing everything, and like I realized maybe when I turned 8, nobody really called me foster boy until I found out. So I was like 8, and I was like, yo, like I don't look like nobody. Like, why am I the only person doing X, Y, and Z? Like, why am I like the only person that can do that? Why am I the only person that can like sing? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, just broke it down to me, and it just killed me.
Wow.
And then when I figured it out, I'm like, y'all not even. It flipped on me because I was like, y'all not even in my family. Like, I'm hurt. And they were like, yeah, foster boy. Like, you're a foster boy.
What?
And my mom, she favored me because she spoke it into my life at a young age. She knew that I was going to be doing what I'm doing, which is so weird. She said, you're going to be a man of God. You're going to preach all over the world. And that's why out of all the foster kids she adopted me.
Wow.
She had foster kids. I'm talking about foster kids. You know what I mean? Like, out of the yin yang. And she adopted me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else she would call her grandkids, but she called me her son.
But she said she knew.
Because she knew. She knew. She wanted me to be a Goss. Like, she was like, you're not going to be no steward. You're going to be a Goss.
Wow.
And she believed in me, even when I was doing my sick thuggetry and selling weed and stuff. She believed in me. She said, Justin, you're going to be all, ooh. I'm like, I told her to her face, I'm going to be a thug R&B singer. I promise you. I couldn't make it up.
She was like, shut up, boy.
I told her, she was like, I rebuke you and da-da-da-da, speaking in tongues over my life. And I'm like, no. Like, you sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to see the opportunity and the place that I am right
Where
now.
you are now.
I'm all the way out somewhere I've never even heard of. You know what I mean? Until Miley Music said he was from here. Like, I never even heard of Savannah, Georgia, even growing up. Like, and he was like, yeah, I'm from Savannah, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? You know how he talk. But, he could deep. But anyway, never really wanting this in my life. Like, in my life, I was supposed to be a professional baseball player. You know what I mean? Like, everybody
You were
knew
that
it.
good, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What position?
I was a pitcher, but don't even trip.
Don't even trip.
Third base, you feel. But in my mind, that's what I was gonna be. That was set forth in my life. That was the only thing that I could do. Like, that's the only thing that I felt like amazing at. Like, I felt great at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, I was a good singer, but I was always like trying to get a record deal on the low. Like, I'll be walking down the street like, Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali Ababa. Hopefully somebody be like, bro, you sing? And so I swear, I promise you. Freaking somebody was going to be in a limo at a stop sign and be
it was
like,
gonna hear you
sing? I'm gonna sign you right now. Come on, I'm taking you. You going to LA, you going to Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always expected that to happen for me. You know what I'm saying? But that was never like I'm gonna be an artist. You know what I'm saying? And so amen.
No, keep telling me.
No, yeah. And so I never really, thought that this is what I was supposed to be doing. But to look later on to really see that is what God called me to do is really like it's happening.
Wow. So the Gosses is your adopted name.
Yeah,
but you stewards did you get back in touch with your real mom or your real dad?
Yep. My
sing?
my real dad, my mom is so dope. Like, she was, she was an ex-prostitute and she was on drugs, sold drugs, a whole bunch of things. And, on my last album, I had a song called Where Were You? You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know where I get the stuff from. I didn't know where I get being funny from and cracking jokes. I didn't get where I look. I didn't know who I looked like. I didn't know nobody. And, it was just like, where were you? You know what I'm saying? Because I knew for sure my real dad didn't know about me probably. You know what I'm saying? And he died before I was born. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I didn't know that as a kid, but I found out that later on. But, but now, like, there was a time when she came into my life, and then, I met her when I was 18. I found her. And then, she left out my life, went back to jail, then came back and, went back to jail. And this time she came back, she never went back to jail. She's living for the Lord.
Yes.
Now, you know what I'm saying? She has been clean for a year and a half.
Thank you, Lord.
My mom was addicted to drugs for 28 years.
That's a whole lifetime.
28 years, and she's a year clean. She said there was never a day that I did not go without getting a hit. And now she is saved and living for the Lord. Like, that is the most outrageous, like, change of events. But she made it up in her mind. And I challenge anybody, if you have a mom or a family member that is struggling with that, do not give up. Don't say it's too late. Because 28 years of being addicted to drugs and alcohol, she can stand and say that I'm free. She's working. She has a fiance. And if you see my mom, you wouldn't even tell. My mom is the most loving person in America. I remember there's footage on RPSMG website where at our little RPSMG, well, not little because it was amazing, at our concert that we did, my mom came and she's in the car with us, and she's just like, she don't look like no ex-crackhead. Looks like missing teeth, and she's like, no, honey, I brush my teeth. Like, she's like, I brush my teeth every day, 3 times a day. Like, she still does. Like, if she comes over, she's just chilling. She's like, I brush my teeth. Like, but so she don't look like no little crackhead mom, like little skinny lady. And no disrespect to people that are on drugs and are skinny, but I thank God that, she preserved, and God preserved her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she looks great, and that's why she can get a job. Even though they look at her record and be like, oh my God, because she's the nicest lady in the world. She just been through so much.
Yeah.
Been beat, like my grandmother, my biological grandmother beat my mom, threw her down the steps. My mom broke her. She was 14 years old. Broke her back. She was in a coma for 6 months.
Oh my God, abuse.
And her own family put her in prostitution. So you can imagine what that mindset is, and how do you cater that? Do you say, Lord Jesus? But they didn't grow up in church.
Yeah.
They didn't grow up in church. How do you?
Drugs probably help her not think about
it. It helps her not think about
Mm-hmm.
it. And then her husband died. It helps her not think about it. You know what I mean? So. My mom been through a lot, and so it helps me extend that grace, because we all need that grace.
Compassion.
I forgive my mom. I can stand here right now and say, have not a single thing against my mom. Me and my mom are tight. She calls me every night, son, I love you. You're the greatest invention. My mom is really like, it's kind of awkward, but she tells me, you can ask Brandon, like, love you, son, you're the best. And like, well, I got other brothers and sisters, but I'm my mom's favorite. I'm gonna keep it real. It's kind of awkward, but I don't care. I kind of like it. My mom thinks I'm cool. But yeah.
And your wife.
Yeah.
You got it. You getting it.
Bro, I'm getting it, bro. You feel? Pause. But yeah, like, it's such a blessing to see her. So, it makes me so happy. Everybody in my church is just like, oh my God.
Wow, God.
When they see her, they're like, she was on drugs?
I can't even tell.
Like, you can't tell. But God really blessed her, and I'm so happy that now she's in my life. And I wouldn't
trade. So
you
ever gonna do a song with her?
I'm doing a song on my dropping a little free thank you album in November or whatever for everybody, for you guys, for Rapzilla, Jam That Hype, Z180 Radio, all the people that showed me love. So I'm dropping like a small little 5-track project during Thanksgiving. Like, it's gonna be my thank you month. I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff for you guys and different people that helped me. My biggest inspiration, Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody in my church. I'm just gonna go ham and saying thank you to everybody. And but next summer I'm gonna be dropping an album called New Balance. Yeah. And I'm doing a song on there called I Forgive You, featuring my mom.
She gonna sing.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't
and she
wait.
can sing so good. Like,
really?
She has that. She can sing. She got, like, her falsetto was crazy, and she sang at me and my wife's wedding. She sang.
What did she sing?
She sang this old school song, "Smile, oh you make me smile." It was the most beautiful thing. And I think she forgot the words, so she started freestyling. It was cute. And she was
he was like, that's not the word.
My son, just in you, make me smile. It was the most cutest thing that you can see.
You didn't videotape it?
Yeah, we did, but never mind. Somebody lost the footage.
Oh, man.
Yeah, don't you hate people that we don't rock with no more. They definitely could fund us. So yeah, but I am doing a song with her, and that's
and you're gonna do something with your wife again.
Of course, me and my wife. Next December, we plan on dropping like a December Christmas project called "Me, My Wife, and Worship." Yeah. So it's gonna be nuts. Like,
tight work.
You feel?
So then couples will have something to listen to.
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel guilty,
You know what I'm saying?
Having fun on worship music.
You feel me? Worship until I pass out.
We's gonna get you.
So yeah,
he only like 2 hours away from here.
You feel me? It'd be bad. It'd be like, hey, bro. First of all, but yeah, man. And so like me and my wife, we got a lot that we plan on doing as a team, and I'm learning how to.
Y'all should do a worship CD and get it together too.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's about.
Oh,
you thinking about the other worship? Oh, I ain't talking about.
Yeah, I thought you were doing a relationship kind of.
No, well, it's gonna be like maybe like 5-6 songs, and it's gonna be worship, and then it's gonna be like her perspective of me and my perspective of her, and then we do a song together, like a love song.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna do a love song for her. She'll do a love song for me.
And then your kids get to grow up and listen to that.
It's gonna be amazing.
That's tight.
My kids, they're gonna be on my next album too.
Yeah.
I got a song called My Family, and so it's like I love my kids, I love my wife, and so my daughter starts like, my daughter's like, I love my daddy, and my son's like, I love my mommy. We love each other. We are family. Like
that's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. And my son, he wants to be like a superstar. You should see him. He's awkward, but he can dance so good and he can beatbox.
And he playing that game station too. When we came to your house, he was like getting his flesh about
remember that?
Yeah. He was like, you can't play right now. He was
I get a whooping.
He was like, hold on.
Let me go upstairs. Hey, come on, son. We're about to have some fun upstairs real quick. Run upstairs to the bathroom.
So rock, paper, scissors, music.
You feel.
Tell me about that.
Well, first of all, you know what I'm saying? Go to rpsmg.com. Go get the project. It's free. Rock, paper, scissors. You feel me? And we just dropped an amazing project. Like, I don't think there's any weak songs on there. Not even probably because it's me, because I think my brothers are just the most talented, the most phenomenal, man. We got KAG, you know what I'm saying? Go follow him on Instagram, Twitter at KAG. We got my bro Mission. Follow him everywhere at The Mission, THA Mission. We got my boy X-ELLENTZ, you know what I mean? Follow him at X-ELLENTZ, only in him. And, of course, Black Knight. And, you know, it was a vision of mine with Brandon, with Black Knight. I was like, yo, bro, like, we need to, like, get a movement. You know, you got 116, you got all these people that's getting a movement, and they're easy to book because they have a movement. And you book the movement, and you're booking all these artists that are, like, part of it. And so, you know, I was like, man, let's start something. So he was always like, oh, well, we'll see. And I'm like, bruh, you know, because it's easy to start something when you got production. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's the hottest producer in the game. Like, there's nobody else. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's dope. I'm not going to like anybody else dope. Because you got Gavi, right? You said it right. You got Gavi, he's dope. You got Tyshawn. Like, you got some hitters. Like, you got some beasts in the game. Especially right now. Like, everybody's killing it. Tone Jones, like, all these cats is dope. You know what I'm saying? But like, you got that production, so you can't hide from it. You know, you just pitching the idea like, we be brothers and we all make dope music. Okay, but I'm like, but we got Black Knight's production. They're like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's down. You know what I mean? Everybody want to mess with Black anyway. You know what I'm saying? As far as production, and so you know, I came up to Brandon and I was like, bro, all right, so I'm definitely X-ELLENTZ. He was the first off the gate. We like, yo, he got bars for days. His swag is crazy. You know what I mean? The way he comes off on tracks, and so it was like, yeah. And then we picked some other people, and it didn't work. And I thank God that we didn't come out when it didn't work, because it never would have worked, and it wasn't supposed to work. And then I met my bro Mission. He was like, man, I'm a big fan of Lego My Ego, and he sent me like some music on online. And I was like, yo, he got bars. He was like, you know what I mean? I'm on my forward focus. Like, I was like, bro, he got bars. Like, he had so many quotables on one song, on one song. I was like, yo. And we linked up, you know, because before we picked anybody, we wanted to make sure that we even gelled as individuals, not just having good music, like that we could really grow together, like spiritually and as friends and as brothers. And so he came a part of the club, and then my boy KAG, you know, it was almost like we struggled long with getting KAG because, you know, we wanted to hear consistency. Like, okay, you drop, let me hear some beat, because he was more so just a producer at first, because his production was like, okay, it sounds cool. You know what I'm saying? He see me there, I'm like, okay, that's dope. And his consistency built up, and I, you know, met with him, I talked to him about it. He was like, bro, I would love to. He was just gung-ho, you know what I'm saying? And he super looked up to Black, because Black was just killing it in Sac. Like, it wasn't nobody even messing with him as far as artists, like, and just in general, not just production, like artists. I don't even think there's anybody in the area that is messing with him in the Bay Area as far as just him in general. Like, he has the craziest buzz. And so we added him a part of the team, and I mean, just everybody is just so dope. We all bring something different to the table. We don't all sound the same. Brandon don't sound like me. I don't sound like Mission. Mission don't sound like X. Kenny don't sound like anybody in the world, because he is just his own artist. He's like ridiculous. You know what I mean? And we all bring a different story, different testament of what God has done for us. And it's amazing, because you get a lot of these artists that are part of the same camp, and they all start sounding the same. All their production sound the same. All their beats sound the same. All their concepts are the same. Oh, this person probably wrote this, or this probably, but we come together as an amazing group with amazing individuals, you know. And so I'm just grateful for my brothers. I would not trade any of them. I wouldn't trade any of their moments. I wouldn't trade the startup. It's just amazing. And the first week we did, 7,000 numbers, and that, it's a free project, but like for the first time, like people don't get that blessing. And a lot of people haven't heard of it, and we're fine with that. But when you hear it, you know what time it is. Like, you ain't thinking about it. You're like, yo, you know what I mean? And we gonna represent the Bay right. We ain't coming to representing the Bay Area and, you know, all North Cali. We ain't representing it like, oh yeah, you know, we're just from this. We coming in like, bang, this our sound. You know what I mean? This our sound. We do this. We the beginning of a hyphy movement. You know what I mean? Follow it, know what time it is. And so, you know, I thank God for my brothers. I love y'all, man. I hope y'all watch this. I want to let y'all know that I love y'all. And next year, if we can bring RPSMG out it'd be the realest thing ever. The realest thing ever.
Summer
Trust
rock.
me, I'm something to
This
talk
time
about.
we're going to start in the evening.
You feel me? Because it was definitely a hot all day 3 to 10. We was a 7-hour. We had a full-time job at that joint.
But
You know what I
everybody
mean?
was jumping to the
The
end.
whole time.
The whole
I was playing. I
time.
was like, yo, I do not want to have a wax set.
I know.
I had to go after one of my favorite groups of all time. Like, yo,
We
I'm
were
going after Rayma. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never say, like, Rayma's so open for me. Like, I'm just going after them. Cause they're
Yeah.
like, and then they did my favorite song at the end. If you
Yeah.
want to go high. And I was like,
Yeah.
yo, because I'm going to be out there. Like, I was like, what are you doing? I'm already out of shape. I'm going to get tired already.
Yeah.
Like, jumping, going crazy on that party. Sleep, repeat, baby, like one of my favorite joints.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just like, it was so much love at this event was awkward. Like, I was like, I can't believe if you would have been in the Bay, they would have been like, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Buenas noches. Like, it's too hot. Thank the Lord for Jesus. Everybody was good. Shout out to everybody that I seen, but I'm going home. It's too hot.
Yeah.
Like, it was too hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
And they pushed past it. They was excited.
Yeah.
And it was going nuts. Like, and then at first when I was doing my new joint that ain't out yet, well, it's on prescription, I was like, I wonder how they're gonna respond, because there was heckin', hype on the
Everybody's
old
like,
school.
fill me up.
Yeah. And they just
Fill me
like,
up.
when the track dropped, I'm like, I was walking clumsy with my vision, and they like, okay. See now, my glasses got new lenses. Like, like I was like, and I could see.
Yeah.
God, you got. Now I'm here. Please film my pussy. Got beat dropped. It was like boom, boom. Like, I was like, yo, I should have did this on the album. Oh no, I should have did this. Oh my God, I should have did Flame On. Like I should have did something. But it was amazing. It was overwhelming. It was just the most exciting. My brother was DJing for me, you know what I'm saying, with the mat, you know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at him, he know what time it is, he know when I'm ready for the song.
Giving it to the kids.
Queuing it up, you know what I'm saying? But it was just dope, man. Like, at first we was nervous because it was hecka hot.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I think it's going to be on the sand, like on the beach, for real.
Yeah.
We walked into that dome thing, I was like, oh, because it was still hot, but I would have died. Like, oh my God, like, how did he die? He had a heat stroke.
Yeah,
because we're doing a performance in hell. Like, we had a performance, like, literally at the gates of hell.
Yeah, it was
like,
hot.
trying to turn up, and we died.
But we did, to the end, though.
To the end. I couldn't believe
people
it.
was walking away. That was the best concert in Savannah.
when
People
Black
were
went
saying
up,
that.
I'm like, yo. Like, I was like, of course, like, anytime my brother performs, I'm out in the front. Like, I don't care how people like, oh, no, stay in the back because we got to sign signature. I don't care. My brother's about to go up, and he needs to know that he is the most important on stage.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And if people think I'm cool, I'm going to go out there, and they're going to look at me. So they're going to do what I'm doing. So I'll walk out, and he come off his intros. Boom, ba-da-dum, bum, dum.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, he's going to. This place is about to blow. I'm like, ah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking around. I'm like, yes, they're still hype.
Yeah.
I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I went, of course, he's like, he was struggling. I'm going in. You got, the last two is going to be super hype because, we all want to, like, I mean, but me personally, I don't ever want somebody to be weak before me. I want the whole concert to be dope, not like, oh, hope he sucks so I can be raw on stage.
Yeah.
Like, no, I want this concert to be memorable, like everybody.
Yeah.
And so we just like, bang, then they, what's the name of it? Fire. They killed it. Then you get them to come on. They end off with, if you wanna go high. Then you get me to end off, your joy was super worship mode. And I'm like, I hope they can still turn up after we, worship the Lord. And they still turned up. And so it just was just a phenomenal
And then we had
concert.
praise and worship at the end.
And then y'all had praise and worship, and people were still worshiping.
Yeah, they didn't want to leave.
I thought I was going to be like, how when the church over, may God be with you until we meet again.
No, we was there till 1 in the morning.
It was real. Oh, y'all didn't even leave, huh?
People were still chilling afterwards.
And the cops was like,
no, we started. The cops was chilling too. The cops was chilling too.
And then bro was trying to stop the bucket challenge. He was like,
yeah,
that is my container.
Yeah.
Do not dump water out of my container or my mama because I'm hot. I'm like, that's our ice, stop. But,
that was
we had the time of our life.
Yeah, we did.
And you know what? To me, it would not have been worth it. It wouldn't have been worth all this if people didn't give their life to God.
Yep.
And when that lady went on stage, I'm in mid-conversation with K9. I'm like, yeah, I've been singing that. Anybody want to come to Christ? I turn around. I'm just like, Lord, please just let somebody. And then I turned around, and then K9 was like, I was like, whoa, yeah! I lost my mind because that is the focus of everything that we need to be doing as ministers, as artists. We need to be focused on people and hopes and prayers that people give their life to God. Yeah. And 2 people went up there. A lady snatched away from her dude who was like, no, and went up there and gave her life to God. And that showed that true seed was planted. We got to minister to a whole bunch of people walking back and forth. And they're like, this is Jesus?
Yes.
And that maybe they went to church on Sunday just because they heard the music going. They might not have stayed and turned up with us, but maybe they were like, I need to go to church on Sunday.
That's
and went to church, and maybe today they gave their life to God.
That's the best. We don't know. Best concerts.
Right.
Best ones.
But the blessing is that 2 people came up there being sincere. Yeah. And they said, you know what?
And they weren't from the crowd. They were the ones from the
randomly looking. I was like, this made a difference.
Yes, it did.
This made a difference. Yep. It wasn't just the normal little kafloof.
First gospel concert ever in Tybee.
That was a first, and it was turned.
It was.
It was turned. I'm just so blessed to be here. Yeah. I'm so blessed by you guys. You guys have just been phenomenal to me.
You make sure you remember that for next year.
You feel because the whole when it goes
rock, paper, scissors, they all coming back. You heard that?
Be here. You heard it. Hey, y'all heard it, bro.
The rest of the members I didn't say I was coming.
No, they coming. Trust me, they so jealous. They be like, bro, y'all in the beach house? I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hating. I was like, yeah, I would be hating too, because it was like the house was nuts. Like, oh my gosh, the house was so big. Like, as soon as you walk in there, they're like, and these are there's servers that are going to be helping you guys, and if you need anything iron, I'm like, I need some iron right now. I need some iron right now. Hey, iron is good. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, and then these are going to be your chefs. And I'm like, so what we eating? And we ate salmon with that tail. It was the greatest. I was like, what is this? Can I get 7ths? Like, not 7ths, I want 7ths. Like,
Infusion Del Sol, plug.
You feel me?
Elder Maurice.
Bruh, I'm trying to tell you, Elder Maurice is that guy.
Elder in my church.
Wait. Shout out to what's his kid's name? I'm going to shout him out.
6, all 6.
Just go ahead.
Shari,
MJ. I love you. MJ, I love you.
Jeremiah. Sarah. And Zion.
Justice. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. You guys are the cutest little kids, even though I didn't get the chance to meet you, and I didn't get to do a shout out on your dad's phone. I hope they don't cut this out. I love you guys. I'm just playing.
No, we ain't gonna cut it out, but we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, I appreciate you
and
too.
we just thank God for you, and you're always welcome here, not just to come and do no work.
Oh yeah, me and my wife, we coming.
Back.
Yeah, me and my wife, we coming. She was jealous too. We coming. We in here. This was the greatest experience of my artist life, and I loved it. It was amazing. Thank you guys.
Well, we just thank you for watching King's Court with Jesus, formerly known as Jesus Geek, Justin Goss.
Yeah.
Now a member of Rock, Paper, Scissors Music. And we thank you for watching. I'm your host, King Lady, with King's Court. See you again.
Yada day.
Bye.
Hey, boy. I wake up in the morning, see the sun now. Ooh. Hallelujah. They be hating, trying to kill a brother shine now. But I've been fighting through it, oh yeah. At first, CC, I was whining through it. But now I'm a beast, I'm lying through it. But I ain't lying through it, dog. It's been real. I've been serving in this war for a while now. They be aiming at the feet, trying to take me down. I won't fall. Oh no quitting. I'm running up to God, I won't stop till I get it. I should be somewhere locked up in prison. At least I admit it. Yeah, I did it. I did it. My God gets better and better and better, like every singular day. Okay. I know you see him, they see him, we see him. My God, he's all over the place.